all, this is Miss Jessica. I'm here just to quickly explain the instructions for your art homework for this week. You can find the instructions either attached to the email which I sent you on Sunday, October 6th, or on PowerSchool. When you open the instructions, you'll find that the instructions are written in Spanish in black and in English in blue. You can choose to read the instructions in Spanish or the instructions in English. They say the exact same thing. I'm going to read the instructions in Spanish since I'm speaking in English right now. So the instructions say, complete the row of your inquiry table that you started with Miss Jessica last week. This was actually 2 weeks ago. See a picture below. So this is the inquiry table you're going to continue to work on. It's in your art notebooks or your bitácoras. To complete the table, number 1 says, finish reading the article here. So when you click on here, an article will open up very slowly. There we go. Titled Purposes of Art. You might notice this is the same article that you started reading with me 2 weeks ago. We've already read the first paragraph, so what you're going to do is you're going to read from number 1 to the end. Step number 2 says, as you read, take notes about the article. Remember, do not copy from the article. That is considered academic dishonesty. If you copy directly from the article, your work will receive a 0. So, as you are reading, you're going to take notes about what you're reading. Some of you might be thinking in your head right now, uh-oh, I don't have my bitácora or my art notebook with me. That's okay. You can take notes on a separate sheet of paper, bring it to school, and we will glue them into your notebook. That is completely fine. The separate sheet of paper you use can be Post-it notes if you want to. It can be a recycled sheet of paper. It can be a sheet of paper with lines on it. However you want, it does not have to be in your bitácora. Okay? The due date for 6B and 6C is at the beginning of art class on Tuesday, October 8th. This date here is incorrect. Your work was supposed to be due October 8th. However, I was not able to attend art class on Tuesday, October 1st. In addition, many students did not have the work complete, so we've given you an extension until October 8th. The same goes for 6A and 6D. Your assignment is not due on October 2nd because that was last week. It is due on October 9th this week. Okay? On the due date, you'll have a one-on-one conference with Miss Jessica about your work. So I will meet with each of you to discuss your work and go through the assignment together. Okay. Your work will be graded. I'm going to look at the 100% column, go through the rubric, and then give you an example of what Miss Ruth and I are looking for. So the first part of the rubric says, my research includes all the purposes of art described in the article. This section is very easy or straightforward because if you look, the purposes of art are all bolded. So your research needs to include 8 purposes of art. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This next part is more challenging. It says, and exceptional real-world examples of each. So as you read each section, you will notice that there are examples included in the paragraph, in this part. You need to note those examples in your own research. I'm going to give you an example right now. Okay? So, this is your research table, and you should already have 1 or 2 bullet points or puntos in this space from when we read the article and completed the research 2 weeks ago. Now I'm going to continue. So, I have already written muchos propósitos del arte. What that means is that there's many purposes of art. For the sake of this video, I'm going to change my answer to English to make sure that all of us can understand. However, if you've already started writing in Spanish, or if you're more comfortable writing in Spanish, please continue in Spanish. That's okay. Many purposes of art. Excellent. I'm going to say some purposes are, well, I can see here that one purpose is expression of the imagination. So I'm going to write expression of imagination. Okay? Some of you might be thinking, Miss Jess, you said not to copy. That is correct. I did say not to copy. In this case, because I'm writing down one of the purposes or something that is bolded or highlighted in the text, I'm going to put quotation marks around what I've written because I technically am copying. Quotation marks are a way to show the reader of your inquiry table, hey, I am copying directly from the text, but I recognize I'm copying directly from the text, and my quotation marks show you that these aren't my own words. Okay? Now I'm going to read. Art provides a means to express the imagination. Things, places, ideas that are real or unknowable in non-grammatic ways. Unlike words, which come in sequences, each of which has a definite meaning, art provides a range of forms, symbols, and ideas with meanings that can be determined by the artist. An artist can create visual imagery of mythical animals, religious concepts such as heaven or hell, fictional places, or other things from their creative mind. I want to include some of the examples that were written here. I also want to make sure I'm not copying. So I'm going to minimize the window and I'm going to think, okay. So for expression of the imagination, it said unreal things like places or animals. And then I also remember that it said heaven or hell, which would be an example for some of us of a place that is unreal, depending on whether or not we believe in that. And I'm going to write, I remember the word fictional standing out, so I'm going to say fictional, and I think I'm going to leave it at that. You know what? I actually want to take fictional, and I'm going to move it up here because fictional and unreal go together. So unreal fictional things like places or animals, heaven or hell, and I'm also going to add that they are things from the imagination. Okay? That's my notes for that first section. If you would like to take my answer here, you can take my answer here. Please know, this is not sufficient enough to have completed the assignment. You now need to go on to read 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the last paragraph. Okay. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to email me. My email you should already have since I emailed all of you, but it is jwool@jfk.edu.mx. This is my email. Okay? I'm going to delete it from the inquiry table because you don't want my email in your inquiry table. And again, if you have any questions, please let me know. Please remember, you can write this on a scratched piece of paper, recycled paper, notebook paper, post-it notes, clean paper, and bring it to class, and we'll glue it into your Bitácoras or art notebooks then. Okay? Have a great evening. Bye.